Hello and welcome to Accounting 274, Advanced Taxes or Corporate Taxes. My name is Prashant Rawal and I will be your instructor for this course. First thing you will need to do is sign on to D2L, d2l.oakton.edu. You sign in, you get on to the class, and then you would need to go into the content section, okay? And then here is your syllabus. So when you click on the syllabus, okay, the first thing you see is my name, my phone number, my email, my office hours. As I said, my name is Prashant Rawal. I am one of the 3 full-time faculty members at the Des Plaines campus and one of the 4 accounting faculty members at Oakton, full-time faculty members at Oakton Community College. This course, it covers corporate taxation, okay? And the areas that are covered are on the syllabus: partnerships, C Corps, small business corps, personal holding companies, and gift and estate taxes. The course is an online course, okay? And there will be homework that will be due online. But first, let me get to the textbook. The textbook is a custom publication that you can get from the bookstore, which is the Prentice Hall's Federal Taxation. Many people usually ask me, can I get the same book from Amazon? Now here's the deal. If you get a book from Amazon, you will still be required to get a registration code for online access. For you to do that and get the registration code, you will still be spending monies. Now you combine that with what you spend to purchase the textbook from Amazon plus the registration code, it would be more. We have a good deal for you at the bookstore where you go and purchase this book and the registration code comes with the book so you can register online on My Accounting Lab. So let me show you where you would go to register online. You would actually go right here, and I have sent you this link, but you would go here, okay? And here is step-by-step instructions on how to register online. You go to Pearson, MyLab, and Mastering.com, click on Student, you will put this code, and as you go step by step, you will be able to register. You will be asked for a code, and that code usually comes with the textbook, okay? Once you are in the course, or in there, you will be able to do the work for class, which I will cover right now. This is what it is going to look like, okay, once you are in the course and registered. But right now, let me go back to the syllabus, okay, and let me cover the exams and the formats for this class. You will be doing 2 tax returns, 2 research cases, online quizzes on My Accounting Lab, online homework on My Accounting Lab, and 3 open book exams in the testing center, okay? The tax returns and the research cases is not something to be intimidated or overwhelmed about. Actually, those you are going to see are going to prove as great boosters, because with the tax returns, I will explain this later to you, but I give you an exactly similar tax return and you just have to look at that and prepare it step by step. I don't believe you can go through a tax class without actually doing the tax returns. Now in the CPA exams, there are a lot of multiple choice questions also. So if you're going to prepare for this class, we also need to get a good exposure to multiple choice, which is not my ideal format, but that's what the CPA exams are all about. So let's go step by step and talk about the tax returns. You'll be assigned 2 tax returns. The first one will be 1120 worth 100 points. The second one will be a trust tax return 1041 worth 50 points. Both tax returns will also require supporting schedules, and I will provide samples and explanations for the forms on D2L. So, let me go back to my table of contents, text projects, okay, project 1, project 2, okay, 2013 problem answers, the solution, problem 367, and project instructions. I would click on this and review the project instructions, and all of these will then make sense to you. The previous year's problem has been fully given to you as a sample, and all that you have to do is look at it and go step by step. Please follow the instructions. Here's the second project. It's the same way. Okay, this time the instructions are written because you are more comfortable with this, so you will just have to open this up, follow the instructions. Right now I would focus on the first tax project. Okay, so this is the tax project you will do, which is this one, tax project 1 worth 100 points, tax project 2 worth 50 points. Look at it more positively. It's a great booster for you. You are going to do quite well on this if you follow the instructions. Okay, I don't believe one can go through a tax class without actually doing a tax project. So let's go back now to the syllabus again. Okay, and let's look at what other things are there for you. So you have your tax returns worth 150 points. Then you have research cases, 2 research cases, and you will be using Checkpoint, okay, or any other research site. If you are working for a tax firm and you know, like IntelliConnect or Parker, and you want to use that, that's up to you. But we do provide Checkpoint access. So where do I have the information for the research cases? Again, tax research projects. Step-by-step instructions, which I'll go over later. First thing you're going to have to do is how to use Checkpoint, a review. Then logging into Checkpoint. When you log into Checkpoint, the first time you will have to come to Oakton Community College, okay, and see it says unknown IP address when you log in. So the first time when you come into Oakton Community College, you're going to come into the college on any campus computer. You're going to click this. This will open up properly at that time, and you will log in, okay? And then you should be able to have access. Once you have access, then you can go in and you can use this R.A. Thompson's CP login IDs for Checkpoint, and then you can use it from your home. But the first time, you're going to have to come to the campus and use any Oakton computer by clicking on here and signing on. Okay. Now, if you're an out-of-state student, then you will have to let me know, and then I'll look for other options on how to get you signed in. If you're in-state, okay, you will need to come to the campus. If you live, say, 100 or 150 miles away, or you know, let me just put it this way: you do not live within the area, I will at least look for 40 miles. Okay, then there is something that I will have to work out with you to make sure you have access to Checkpoint. Okay, because you will need to go through this video to I have given you an explanation on how to use Checkpoint. Chapter 1 is about tax research. Okay, but the research cases come during the second and the third section of the class. So let me go back. Let's get back to our syllabus. Okay, we talked about the 2 tax projects. We talked about research cases. Now, online quizzes. Let's talk about that. So let's go here. Assignments. Assign on MAL. Tax project 1, the first tax project due. The first research case due. Okay. The second research case due. And the second tax project due. Okay. So what about online homework and online quizzes? Right here. That's what you're going to use My Accounting Lab for. If you click on assignments, okay, here are all the assignments that are due. Okay. Of course, let's go to homework first. Chapter 1 homework, 2 homework, 3. These are all graded homework, and you get 3 attempts. This is how you're going to do the work and learn. See, I cannot keep on lecturing you about taxes. You actually have to do the work to understand. So this is the first thing you're going to do. But when you get started, I would not suggest that you spend hours and hours reading the book. It won't make much sense for you to do that. What I would rather do is go to the multimedia library, okay? Go to the PowerPoint first. For example, Chapter 1, Tax Research. Okay, and quickly browse through this. Okay? Right here. Just browse through this, understand this, and then go straight to your homework because you want to make sure you're making smart use of your time. So just, for example, what are closed facts, what are open facts? Closed facts, already occurred transaction. Transaction in tax has not occurred. How will you research for that? Okay? But once you know the terminology, once you know what the chapter is talking about, you have briefly reviewed this, I would suggest you straight away go and start with the homework. You get 3 attempts. At least do the first attempt. Okay? Once you do the first attempt, you have reviewed this, the material will be much more easier for you to digest. Then you can read the chapter. Okay? And then, of course, chapter resources, you go here, chapter 1. Okay? But here you can do the Pearson e-text. You can, electronically read these chapters, or you have a hard book, you can read the book. It's up to you how you decide to read, but it is important for you to make sure that you kind of follow the process that I am asking you to follow, because in taxes you learn by doing it. Nobody can just sit there and lecture you. You actually have to do it. So chapter 1 homework, okay, it's the first thing you would start. Once you're done with this is when you can start with the quizzes. Okay, now take a look on this flag. You must score at least 70% on chapter 1 homework before working on any remaining attempts on this assignment. This will not open up until you get 70% over here. You should actually get full 100% because it prompts you, it takes you step by step. This is a learning process for you. Okay, and then when you do the quizzes, you get 2 attempts here. I take the better of the 2 attempts. You get as many as 3 attempts over here. Okay, it'll be more than enough for you because as it prompts you, it gives you the answers. You can look at it and you can answer the questions. Okay, so then chapter 1 quiz. So coming back to our syllabus, this is your online quiz, this is your homework, you do this first, and then finally you have the exam. The exams are given in the testing center. Okay, exams will be in the testing center. The first exam is due by 2/23. You will go to either Skokie or Des Plaines. The second exam is due, okay, by 4/06, and the third exam is due by 5/11. Why do I give exams? I have to do some kind of testing to make sure that we meet our accreditation requirements. Exam is only worth 50 points. Okay, 25 multiple choice questions. It's open book. You can use your notes or your textbook. But before you take the exam, I would suggest you go right here and do the practice exam. It will tell you exactly where you stand. Then when you go to the testing center, this is where you will click. It's going to ask for a password. And the testing center people do know the password. Okay? So that's basically how you will take your exams. And finally, let me tell you the submission method for the tax projects. When you come to take the exams, okay, the research case will be due in the Dropbox. I'll show you. Here's the Dropbox. Okay? And this is where you're going to put in the research cases. I will open this up for you and you'll be able to put the research cases in here. Insofar as the tax projects are concerned, you will bring this to the class with you when you come to take the exam, and you will drop it in the Division 4 office. The testing center will not accept it. You will need to go to the Division 4 office and give it to them. Okay, and I would suggest you get a signed receipt that you have already provided the tax returns to them. Okay, so that way, if tomorrow for some reason you tell me, well, I submitted the tax return, I will be looking for a signature that a tax project has been accepted in the Division 4 office. And I'll give you further instructions on the exams and the testing center later. But the text project I cannot accept in a Dropbox because the problem is that there are too many schedules and I'm spending the whole day printing, and that's not the way it's supposed to be. I would much rather have an organized handout which I can grade and then I can give it back to you. So that's essentially what the class is going to be all about. Now, when I go to the table of contents, there are some additional information out here for you. Class rules. Let's open that up. Okay. Our primary source of communication is going to be D2L. I will only respond back if I get emails in D2L. The reason for that is I'm an auditor by profession. I like to make sure I maintain proper track of communication. But more important than that, the main reason is I get tons and tons of emails in my regular email, and there's a good chance that I may end up missing an email, and you are my primary reason why I am here. Okay, so I need to make sure that I respond to your concerns within 24 hours, 24 business hours of your sending me email on D2L. I have given you all the instructions. Everything is out there for you. There should not be any emergency. But if there is one, I can get back to you within 24 hours. I do not check my emails on weekends unless during an exam week. Weekend is for my family. I like to spend some time with them as well, so I don't work the weekends. Our weeks will start on Monday nights and end on next Monday night. Okay? The link to log in to Checkpoint is below. The first time you'll have to log in from any Oakton computer at the campus, which means you'll have to come to Oakton. Then you can log in from anywhere using the link below. You can click on this at your home, anywhere once you have the login ID, and you can use Checkpoint. Okay? So these are certain rules for the class that I make sure that we go over. Frequently asked questions for the exam. So let me explain these to you. When will the exams be available in the testing center? Here are the dates. Where can I take the exam? You can take the exam either at Des Plaines or the Skokie Testing Center. Okay. How many hours should I keep in? Although it should not take you so long, I give you 2 hours. Will the exam be open book? Yes, it will be. Should I take an ID card with me? Yes, they'll ask for one. Is there a website for the testing center from where I can inquire about their hours and phone numbers? Right here. Okay. So, if you go to this website, it will tell you everything, the phone numbers, the testing center hours, everything that you can get from there. But make sure you are ready. The exams are available right from Wednesday itself. So it's up to you when you want to take them. You make your own schedule, but there's a due date by when the exam is due. So you feel free to make your own schedule and work. That's the convenience of an online class. Okay. As I said, I respond back within 24 hours. For some reason, if I feel that a concept is not clear to you, I may ask you to give me your phone number and I'll go over on the phone with you. It depends. There are some concepts where emails may not be enough. Insofar as the due dates are concerned, right here are all the due dates. But if you go to your syllabus, okay, and you can see on the last page, the due dates are given to you. Now, one final thing that I wanted to go over with you as well. The first tax research is a small chapter due by next Monday. Then you can see I have skipped a week. Nothing is due in second, but there are 3 chapters due on the 9th. What's going on? Okay. What is happening here is chapter 1 is a small chapter. Chapter 2 is also a small chapter. But 3 is a very large chapter, probably the most important chapter of this book. And 4 is an okay chapter, not very large. What I am giving you the option is, I'm giving you the option to build your own schedule, but do not make the mistake of waking up on the 8th of February to do 3 chapters, you will do miserable. That's not what the intent over here is. The intent is for you to build your own schedule. You can see during the exam week, I don't give you anything. I give you enough time to review. Okay? But that does not mean that you slack out. My suggested ideal way of studying is to study in shorter spans and shorter sessions. So, once you are registered online, I would suggest you spend half an hour to an hour every day instead of spending 4 hours on Sunday night when homework is due on Monday. My first thing I would do is review the text, review the PowerPoints, then start the homework. Next day, try to read the chapters, okay, and then do the homework again, because you have 3 attempts, and only once you are comfortable with that you should tackle the quiz, the 2 attempts. By that time, you should have a good understanding. Follow this pattern, work in shorter sessions, it will yield much better results. Please, one thing that I warn you that you should not do is, I do not want to see you on the 9th at 11:30 trying to finish up everything. Because then what you're really doing is you're going through the motions. You're not going to enjoy this class because it's going to be too much for you. It's going to be very hectic. So please get organized, plan ahead of time, make sure you're studying shorter sessions, and get the required information. And I am confident you're going to do well in this class. Okay? The tax projects will definitely help you boost up your grade, and so will the research projects. The exams are open book. All that you have to do is you have to apply yourself, get organized, and do the work. Okay? Everything has been given out to you. I wish you all the best in this class, and I look forward to an exciting 16 weeks with you. Thank you very much, and welcome to Accounting 274 again.